If my leather can make a bag for Louis V or can make a bag for Ralph Lauren, and I use that same leather and make my own bag, why would it be a different quality? Raw material is the same, right? So obviously, yes, that inspires confidence. My name is Winston Leather. I'm the creative director at Winston Leather. For more than 30 years, my family have been making leather. In 2008, I joined the family business while I was still in university. And it appeared to me that the people who made the finished products in the industry were leading the industry. And they were making the most money in the industry. And for me, I felt like, wait, if we have the raw material and all these industries are built off the back of our raw material, then why are we at the apex of it? And that was kind of the inspiration for Winston Leather. So when I moved back to Nigeria, I moved back in 2013, and 5 years later, I started Winston Leather. There's the misconception about made in Nigeria is changing, and that's not just off the back of Winston Leather. There's a lot of other brands who are doing good work, but then we spent a lot of time in product development. We spent a lot of time and invested a lot of money in staff training. So, I had some of my staff who lived in Italy, did courses in Italy before coming back, and learned what the international standards are and how these things are done in other parts of the world, in more developed markets than Nigeria. So there's different things that obviously inspire designs. Designing is very much like art. So, your environment can inspire you. Sometimes just practicality, like there's some designs I have where I had a problem that I needed a certain type of bag to solve. Take for example, I go to my factory a lot, so I tend to drop my phone all over the place. And sometimes, because I have 2 or 3 phones, sometimes I end up leaving one at work. And it's just long for me to get it back. So I decided to make a bag that I can wear all the time. So then I made a jacket bag, which is now one of my best-selling bags, called the utility vest. So I watch CNN a lot. Watching CNN one day and my comes on CNN, and it's like, oh wow, this is happening. So things like that. There's been multiple times when, I felt like, yeah, we're definitely on track to creating the first Nigerian or African global brand, and that's what we're really trying to do at Winston Leather. Right now we're heading to the factory. My Lagos factory is where a lot of the magic happens. Obviously, a lot more happens in Kano, but this would just kind of give you guys a feel of, how we do the amazing work we do.
Kai wannan ɗinki ne ko su suke yi? Kai guda nawa kaya kace tare kuke?
So we don't do take one bag and then make the bag, then drop it, then take another bag and make the bag and drop it. You know what I mean? When we come, we'll mark all of these for the amount we want. This is maybe 50 bags, right? Then we do this. This goes on the inside to kind of give it some structure, right? Then the next step would be some paper and, So then one day we'll now couple 100 bags. It's a production line. I don't know how other artists work, and there's no formula, I guess, because what works for you is what works, right? So this is a crocodile print embossed on cowhides. This is basket. This is the iconic Bottega Veneta leather. This is called a pebbled grain effect. So it just gives the illusion of a wrinkled grain, but it's actually done intentionally, you know what I mean? So these were making some man bags. So 2 of these is one bag, like that. One is done. But it's work in progress.
You got this thing maybe 100 though. But if you go,
Kuda have been very supportive. We use a lot of their product, their POS machines, and their banking platforms and stuff, and it's been amazing. Besides that, Kuda have also supported us with things like funding, and these are some of the things that up and coming businesses need, and I feel like Kuda has been good to us. So this feature might sound really random, but for me, I like it a lot. I enjoy it simply because it's also not a feature that I see on any of the other banking apps I use. and it's just the chat history. So if you've ever done a transfer with Kuda Bank to a person, if you search that person's name on your transfer history, it will bring the person's name up regardless of the date. You click on that, the last transaction you see, and it will just kind of give you a breakdown of all the times you send the person money, including descriptions and stuff. I feel that that's very compact and neat, and it's easy for me to just reference transactions I've done on the go, as opposed to maybe downloading a bank statement and trying to figure out how much money I've sent to this client, how much money I've paid to this customer, how much money this customer has paid to me. Part of our last tour, we did some products that featured the iconic Ishiagu lining on the inside of the bags. And at the end of the day, okay, it's a briefcase. This could be put out by any brand globally or internationally. But then when you look on the inside, then there's an African print there. You know what I mean? So we still infuse bits of Africa. If you notice, a lot of the art, all the bags are black women. We pretty much only draw black women. So we're drawing African women. You know what I mean? Because these bags are made in Africa. A lot of the art are kind of inspired by something in Africa. And, we try to infuse just a sprinkle of home. We've been doing a campaign online talking about Nigerian leather and just trying to create some awareness around the fact that Nigerian leather is actually super quality leather. What a lot of people know as Italian leather actually is Nigerian leather, because it comes from Nigeria.